We were shot like a jacket, so do your zip. We would roll down the rapids to find a wave that fits. How can you feel where the wind is? Can you feel it through all of the windows inside this room? 'Cause I wanna touch you, baby. I wanna feel you too. I wanna see the sunrise and your sins, just me and you. Light it up on the run. Let's make love tonight. Make it up, fall in love and try. But you'll never be alone. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. And baby, I'm right here. I'll hold you when things go wrong. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. Baby, I'm right here. Go give love to your body. It's only you that can stop it. Go give love to your body. It's only you that can stop it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Kim, and welcome back to Dimensional Life Classroom. Let's start by making sure everything is working first, all right? So, everyone, please type great in the comment if you can hear and able to see the PowerPoint clearly. All right. Okay, all right. Everything is working, right? Okay, I saw no responses. This week, I just had a video conference with our US headquarters to update our investment portfolio by to update our investment portfolio strategy, and which is based on the latest financial report. Because the upcoming 2 weeks marks the US stocks earnings section, which most of the major tech companies are releasing their earnings reports. So this period is very crucial in determining the future direction of US stocks market, which will in turn influence the Malaysia stocks market as well. Right. Now, in our last class, I explained that how Asia Pacific stock listed in the US has gained attention from Wall Street funds, right? So likely to rate rise despite fluctuation and the confidence of foreign institutions in Malaysia market as well. Now, funds are not only investing in construction stocks, but also in plantation stocks right now, which we have already seen a short-term market rally. Now, how about AI trading? AI trading has been active for 5 trading days, right? So in the upcoming next week, is in the upcoming week, okay? I will lead all our scholars through a 10 days with 22% exclusive profit recovery plan, which is by leveraging common stocks by swing trading and also AI trading and opportunities that brought by the earnings section. Okay, so everyone look at the screen right now. Today, we are going to cover the first thing, which is the Fed is silence and PC data is coming. Should we be concerned about a continuous decline in US stocks market? This is what we are going to discuss. And the second thing, which is higher level adjustment in construction stocks, and now plantation stocks are taking over. So can the KLSE index hit a new high next week? Okay. first topic that we are going to cover, which is our summary of this week layout and operations, and the main direction for next week's strategy during the sector's rotation. Okay. Now, last but not least, we are going to cover trend-focused investing, prioritizing capital, and the momentum trading, which is part 3 right now. Okay. Okay, now let's straight delve into our first topic, which is the Fed is silence, and now PCE data is coming, and so we concerned about the ongoing drops in the U.S. stocks market. Okay, now what is the current state of U.S. stocks market right now? Because after 2 consecutive days of decline in a Thursday and Friday, I know that many of our foreign scholars have been asking whether the U.S. stocks market will continue to fail or not, will continue to go down or not. They keep asking me this. So the Federal Reserve officials have entered their pre-meeting quiet period this weekend, and market expectations have shifted to a potential rate cut of the Fed in September. So this way, President Biden faced increasing pressure for him to step down, and Trump trades gain momentum amid, and also Microsoft Windows system experienced a major outage on Friday, which is leading to another decline in tech stocks. Now, looking back at this week's performance, the S&P 500 index fell by 1.97%, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose by 0.72%. And for the Nasdaq, it drops by 3.65%. So with S&P 500 and Nasdaq experiencing their largest weekly decline since April. Now, the Trump trade, okay, the Trump trade has actually pushed the U.S. Treasury yields higher, which the 2 years and the 10 years Treasury. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, all right, everything is working right. Okay, I saw no responses. This week, I just had a video conference with our U.S. headquarters to update our investment portfolio to update our investment portfolio strategy, and which is based on the latest financial report. Because the upcoming 2 weeks marks the U.S. stocks earnings section, which most of the major tech companies are releasing their earnings reports. So this period is very crucial in determining the future direction of U.S. stocks. U.S. PCE inflation report. While global central banks observe, they look at various country PMI data, and the Federal Open Market Committee (FOMC), all right, will hold its policy meetings during July 30 to July 31, which is end of this month, right? And from this, a survey of 75 economists from July 12 to 17 found that they have lowered their inflation expectation for the early of 2025 and expected a slight rise in the unemployment rate. And they believe that this will lead to the Fed rates to start cutting rates. Now, economists, experts like the Fed's private inflation measure, the core personal consumption expenditure, the PCE, right? Price index excluding the food and energy. The source a 2.6% increase by the end of the year, which is down from last month's forecast of 2.7%. So down from 0.1%. Now, overall PCE index is expected to be 2.4%, which is down from last month 2.6%. Okay, now some Wall Street analysis thinks that Federal is ready to cut interest rates in September, unless there are bad inflation report in July or August. Okay, now they argue that rate cut is necessary as the labor market shows signs of query, and lowering rates would even help to prevent a broader and a deeper issues in the labor market. So Jay Smith, chief economist at Econ Forecaster LLC, right, says that the U.S. economy is doing better than a lot of other G20, G20 countries, and this should continue for years. So it is the golden age of U.S. economy is bad. This is what he mentioned. Now, traders now will be focusing on Federal Preferred Price Index, the PCE, on July 26. So with expectation that the index will continue to support bets on rate cuts in September. And also, next Friday, PCE reports could significantly shift the market expectation. Now, if PCE shows persistent inflation, meaning that it could make people to doubt the chance of a rate cut in September. But if the PCE shows improving inflation, it could mean that increased confidence in the September rate cuts, which would affect the foreign investment in emerging market and influence the Malaysia stocks market performance as well, right? Okay, now scholar who understand this, please give me a reply with a yes. Okay, good. And I will be keeping a cross watch on international developments and will provide the latest strategy for all our scholars. Okay. Yes. Next week. Next week we will see a surge in tech earnings reports, which companies like, for example, Google's, Tesla, IBM is set to release their result. And these coming weeks will be crucial for recent stocks performance, which will be revealing their reports earning result. So as I mentioned just now, right? If we see a strong tax earnings combined with a softening inflation, which means that it could reverse the recent market's weakness and sparks a new upwards trend, right? So now there are magnificent sevens, the tech stocks, the tech giants, okay, in the US fell by 5% by the end of this week. Now the technology stocks are currently accounting for 35% of the total market value of S&P 500, which is the highest proportion since the early 2000s. Now, among the tech sectors, chip manufacturers have suffered more, while prediction for the Magnificent Seven remain strong. Their earnings are expected to slow down in the second quarter. So The recent market shift are due to because as the funds shifting from heavy concentrated areas to other value and less popular sectors. For example, like small cap funds. So now small cap funds saw an influence of inf- inflow of capital of 9.9 billion, the second largest on records, while the large caps fund saw the 27.4 billions in inflow. Now, Wall Street giants are now shifting their funds from technology stocks, to sectors like healthcare, finance. Okay, now the healthcare and finance sectors have the highest weight in the S&P 500 index, which is at 13.1% and 12.6% respectively. While the decline in the tech stocks has dragged down the index, but this has also been partially offset by gains in the finance, and also industrial and small cap stocks. So now, with the Fed likely to cut interest rates, we are seeing a major sector rotation. All right, understand major sectors rotation. All right. Now, as we discussed in our last session, given the current market sentiments and the shift of the funds to emerging market, it is expected that the Nasdaq 30 days moving average will be breached. Okay, now which indeed happened by Friday night, right? So the short-term supports for the Nasdaq now remain around 17,200. Okay, now everyone understand about US stocks market right now? If yes, please give me a response. And then after that, we can move on to Malaysia market. Okay, okay, now let's move to our second topic, which is high level, high level adjustment in construction stocks. And now plantation stocks are taking a low. So the question is, can the KLSE index hit a new high by next week? Okay, currently, many investors are focusing on global developments, especially the global tax downturn and the optimism surrounding by a possible rate cuts of Federal Reserve, right? So fluctuation in the Malaysia Stocks Exchange and regional markets may continue. So with cautious trading expected in Malaysian market by next week, so we must be careful. All right. Now, according to our research and analysis department at Dimensional, for the Malaysia Stocks Exchange, many companies maintains a positive long-term outlook, supported by attractive valuation, strong corporate earning, and improving economic condition. So this is also why Dimensional are expected to buy momentum for main job stocks to continue into next week. Now, technically, we anticipate that KLSE index to hover around between 1,625 and to the range of 1,652. All right, to hover between this area. Okay, now immediate supports at this is the supporting inflation, which means that it could reverse the recent market's weakness and sparks a new upwards trend, right? So now there are magnificent sevens, the tech stocks, the tech giants, okay, in the US fell by 5% by the end of this week. Now the technology stocks are currently accounting for 35% of the total market value of S&P 500, which is the highest proportion since the early 2000s. Now, among the tech sectors, chip manufacturers have suffered more, while prediction for the Magnificent Seven remain strong. Their earnings are expected to slow down in the second quarter. So, the recent market shift are due to because as the funds shifting from heavy concentrated areas to other value and less popular sectors. For example, like small cap funds. So now small cap funds saw an influence of inflow of capital of 9.9 billion, the second largest on records, while the large caps fund saw the 27.4 billions in inflow. Now, Wall Street giants are now shifting their funds from technology stocks, to sectors like healthcare, finance. Okay, now the healthcare and finance sectors have the highest weight in the S&P 500 index, which is at 13.1% and 12.6% respectively. Well, the decline in the tech stocks has dragged down the index, but this has also been partially offset by gains in the finance, and also industrial and small cap stocks. So now, with the Fed likely to cut interest rates, we are seeing a major sector rotation. All right, understand major sectors rotation. All right. Now, as we discussed in our last session, given the current market sentiments and the shift of the funds to emerging market, it is expected that the Nasdaq's 30 days moving average will be breached. Okay, now, which indeed happened by Friday night, right? So the short-term supports for the Nasdaq now remain around 17,200. Okay, now everyone understand about US result. All right, now we can see that Malaysia GDP grew by 5% in the first half of 2024, which is compared to 4.1% a year ago. So, according to our research at Dimensional, there have been changes in institutional investment patterns. What are they? Now, the performance of different sectors on Malaysia Stocks Exchange have shifted. So now, it should carefully track these changes in institutional investment trends and understand now where the institution funds are going, right? And then only you can make money. Now, look at here, right? Look here, this is where institution funds are going, right? Now, you can see that in financial service, the index surged by 172.67. Okay, which is very good. Now, the second thing, which is industrial products and service index, it fell by 3.94. Okay, now for energy index, it drops by 8.93. How about plantation that we are keep on mentioning it about? Plantation index jumped up by 281.14. Now, this is where the institutional funds are going, right? Okay, now everyone understand this part. If yes, please give me a response. You can say yes, understand, or anything. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for engaging with me, okay? I love to see all your response. Very good, very good. Here, next. Now, as mentioned on Thursday, Thursday evening about plantation stocks, right? I keep on talking about plantation stocks. Let me explain a little bit of the logic behind the rise in plantation stocks. Now, foreign investors are now considering ESG risks and concerned about the EU deforestation regulation, right? Now, Malaysia plantation stocks are starting to attract institutional interest for the second half of the year. So, structural issues with plant oil supply and the increase in biodiesel demand in Indonesia may driven up palm oil prices in 2025. And also, because of the Fed rate cuts this year have made the US dollar weaker, commodity price have also gone up. Now, as the complexity of global economy increased in 2024, where resources are likely to see a growth opportunity. So on Friday, EANN stock price rose to $12, right? And then after that happens a pullback. Now we can see that this particular stocks technicals on the chart, right? This is TANN, all right? As you can see here. Now it didn't break below this 0 point. This is Fibonacci retracement line, right? And the price didn't break below 0.618. So when it didn't break below 0.618 retracement line, which means that it continued to rise after that and stay above. Now it stay above the 0.382. So which means that next week it could accelerate towards our perfect target because it's in a good condition, right? Now, scholar who understand this, please reply with 4.15 profit target. So our profit target is 4.15, right? So reply in the comment 4.15 profit target. As I mentioned to all of you before, 0.382, which is a good, very good support level. And right now, the price is at 0.382. Then now, after discussing momentum trading part 3, I will also share research stocks that I am currently having a positive bullish order. Okay, so I will share these stocks at the end of our class, at almost our end of the class. All right. So after that, you can also add it on your watch list and wait for our assistant notification to make your move tomorrow. And I will review it before our end of our class. Okay. Oh yes, about this. Okay. Recently, I have a very interesting conversation with one of our new scholar, which actually got me thinking. He asked me about how to achieve financial goals like buying a house and retiring early. So this scholar, okay, is a physical therapist, all right? And he mentioned that his salary hasn't doubled in the past 10 years, which means that it stayed the same in the past, almost the same about 10 years already. So his disposal monthly cash flow is around 2,000. And he don't mind me sharing this. So that's why I share with all of you, all right? And I know that Our goal is to live a wealthier and a more comfortable life for ourselves and for our family as well, right? So if income growth can't keep up with inflation, then it will be hard to reach our financial goals. And let's say if anything unexpected events happen, then our saving could be all wiped out in one go, right? But of course, doesn't want these kind of things to happen, right? Now, so investing has become the most effective way to combat inflation. Now, investing requires not just knowledge, but also patience. So by earning money and using the power of compounding interest over time, this way we can build more wealth by this type of way, right? Now, let me give you an example. Consider two-person, which is at the same age, the age of 27 years old, right? Now, one of them have 8,000 salary with financial investment. Now, another person have a 15,000 salary, but without financial investment. He don't want to do any investment. Okay. Now, if a lot of them manage and the first one manage and invest wisely, while the other doesn't. Now let's compare this. After 30 years, as you can see, after 30 years, just investing 1,000 per month annually plus 10% with 8% annual return. And this is with 3%. Okay. After 30 years, can you guys see the difference? So the difference is in their accumulated wealth can be more than 3 times, right? People with a better planning will definitely have a better life, while those without one just get by life day by day. And this is why learning to invest and manage finance is very important. Do you guys agree with me? If yes, please let me know that you are agree. Okay. Okay, now we are in our third topic. And just now what we say is that the summary of this week layout and operation and the main direction for next week's strategy during our sectors rotation. So we are going to plan our operations and our profit target for next week. Now we will first review this week's strategy and operations, and then we will discuss the main direction for next week planning. All right. Wait, for last week, based on the registration form, we have created a 10 days and 22 with a 22% exclusive profit plan, right? Our AI trading has been active for 5 trading days, and most of our scholars have been participating in our end of the class, all right? So after that, you can also add it on your watch list and wait for our assistant notification to make your move tomorrow. And I will review it before our end of our class. Okay. Oh yes, about this. Okay. Recently, I have a very interesting conversation with one of our new scholar, which actually got me thinking. He asked me about how to achieve financial goals like buying a house and retiring early. So this scholar, okay, is a physical therapist, all right? And he mentioned that his salary hasn't doubled in the past 10 years, which means that it stayed the same in the past, almost the same about 10 years already. So his disposal monthly cash flow is around 2,000. And he don't mind me sharing this, so that's why I share with all of you, all right? And I know that our goal is to live a wealthier and a more comfortable life for ourselves and for our family as well, right? So if income growth can't keep up with inflation, then it will be hard to reach our financial goals. And let's say if anything unexpected events happen, then our saving could be all wiped out in one go, right? But of course, doesn't want these kind of things to happen, right? Now, so investing has become the most effective way to combat inflation. Now, investing requires not just knowledge, but also patience. So by earning money and using the power of now, the allocation is based on the amount of capital. If there's too much capital, if there's too much capital in a concentrated on one particular stocks, the market will notice. Then the large buys order and other major players may suppress the stock's price. So we want to avoid this. And in terms of risk control and capital allocation, the expected return for construction smart AI trading is between 3% to 5%, right? Here. So with a holding period of 2 to 5 trading days. Now, regardless of the process and the number of trades, that AI is set to achieve a 3% to 5% return within 2 to 5 trading days. After 30 years, just investing 1,000 per month annually plus 10% with 8% annual return. And this is with 3%. Okay. After 30 years, can you guys see the difference? So the difference is in their accumulated wealth can be okay. Now, in our original plan, the target was to achieve a 22% return in 10 trading days, right? Now, if we solely rely on the construction smart AI training strategy, it actually won't be enough. Right, because let me give you an example. Let me explain. If the average order completion times is 2 trading days, well, we could trade 5 times in 10 trading days, right? If the order completion is 2 trading days. Now, with a returns range of 15% up to 25%. But if it takes 3 trading days to complete an order, then we could just trade 3 times with the return range of 9% up to 15%. But if it takes 4 trading days, then we could complete only 2.5 trades within a return range of 7% up to 12%. So, considering next week capital flows calculation, institutional funds and investor risk preference are rotating, right? As we just and combined with the 5 trading days from last week, the return range is directly about 9% up to 15%. So therefore, relying solely just on construction smart AI training strategy will not actually achieve our 22% profit in 10 days, 10 trading days. All right, but don't worry. So in the next upcoming 5-day trading days, I will increase trading opportunities and other supplementary brands to help us to achieve the 22% return target in 10 days of trading days. Okay, now once we have achieved the 22% return, then we'll move forwards with a new approach to the next stage, which is aiming for a 110% profit plan. All right, now, do you guys have the confidence in achieving 22% return in 10 trading days? If yes, please give me a response by putting down trust the process. Put down in the comment, trust the process. All right, put down trust the process. Okay, great. I see many scholars are actually confident. Now, sometimes we just need to trust in the power of belief in life. Having faith and having a clear goals give us the direct drive to excel in every day and make the most of each moment. Now, the next 5 trading days are very crucial, and the specific trading opportunities will be explained and planned during tomorrow live trading section and in an upcoming courses. Okay, so everyone, please remember to pay attention and attend our course for this upcoming week, right? And also tomorrow. So now, look at this. We can see that AI trading now has 4 main types right here, 4 main types right now. So primarily based on real-time global market changes and also institution funds movement. Now this is why foreign institutions are in a leading position because their financial resources, their material resources, and their development skills are far surpass local institutions, which is putting them ahead in investment tools. Right now, we can observe that major Wall Street giants and leading securities companies are actively exploring the application of generative AI in investment and research field. Now, AI has already shown a significant result in the stock's trend analysis. And according to the data from Wall Street Analysis, AI technology can predict stock trend changes 3 days in advance, which means 3 days ahead, which is enabling traders to have a better timing for their buy and selling decision. With a prediction accuracy of 87.4%, which is very high. Now, JP Morgan is also experimenting with using generative AI to write summary for analysis reports. And Bloomberg also, through its ChatGPT portfolio pilot blocking, has created an automated investment and trading live investment GPT portfolio, which the fund raised from an initial 50,000, okay, from an initial 50,000 to over 35 million. Now, according to Crystal GR&A Corporation, applying large AI models to investment research could save 22.5% in cost, which is by reducing employee expenses and their research time. So when you reduce labor costs in securities industry by 10%, which means, okay, if you reduce 10%, which means that you can increase your profit by 8%, about 8%. It's that much. So a paper published by experts from Harvard Business School, Wharton School, and MIT shows that AI narrowed the performance gap between low-level and high-level advisor, where it result improving by 43% and 17% respectively. So using GPT-4, reducing the average performance gap from 22% to just 4%. Now, this is the reason why major assets management giants and Wall Street investment banks are intensifying their development and application of AI. Okay, now you have to understand that at Dimensional, we believe in win-win collaboration with our partners and our scholars. So many of you have heard of Matthew effect, which he stated that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Well, in investment world, it's a survival of the fittest, and to take the lead, we must leverage resources and share benefits through cooperation. Now, we are now using a combination of AI trading and ordinary stock swing trading to expand our profit. And last week, in ordinary stocks, such as like equal have achieved over 6% profit, right? As 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 metric make a comeback with swing trade for a break even. Then okay, now we also still holding JCY, MyTrux, and TANN, right? This particular stocks. So during tomorrow, during our live trading, I will provide the latest strategy based on the market funds flow, the all of you. Okay. All right, now we move on to our last topic, which is the trend focused investing, prioritizing capital and momentum trading part 3. Okay, before we go in to the new one, now in our previous two classes, I explained that increasing volume with stable price and increasing volume with rising price are bullish signal and buying signal. Now, if volume stables at and price rises, or if volume decrease and price rise, meaning that suggesting you to hold down your position. However, if volume decrease and price stay the same, you should be staying alert. It's a warning, and you should have an eye on it. All of this, do I remember and understand very well already, right? If yes, please give me a response by saying yes. Okay, very good. Now, today we will learn a new technical point, which is decreasing volume with falling price. And what does this mean? This is a very clear signal, which is a sell signal, a very clear selling signal, which means like decreasing volume with falling price is a strong signal as as we mentioned before, increasing volume with rising price, but the reduction in position size should be greater than any increase in position size. So this is why when you see the decreasing volume with falling price, it's best to sell everything. Don't hold on, sell everything. Now you can see at here, as you can see, this is what we call phase 2, right? So what does this mean? As you can see, it's a short-term selling signal. And if you can see it keep on decreasing, while it decreasing, start to sell, and then you see market drops. And actually, if you remember what I mentioned to all of you previously, profit by 8%, about 8% is that much. So a paper published by experts from Harvard Business School, Wharton School, and MIT shows that AI narrowed the performance gap between low-level and high-level advisor, then it result improving by 43% and 17% respectively. So using GPT-4, reducing the average performance gap from 22% to just 4%. Now, this is the reason why major assets management giants and Wall Street investment banks are intensifying their development and application of AI. Okay, now you have to understand that at Dimensional, we believe in win-win collaboration with our partners and our scholars. So, many of you have heard of Matthew effect, which stated that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Well, in investment world, it's a survival of the fittest, and to take the lead, we must leverage resources and share benefits through cooperation. Now we are now using a combination of AI trading and ordinary stock swing trading to expand our profit. And last week, in ordinary stocks, such as eFollow, have achieved over 6% profit, right? As metric need to come back with swing trade for a break even. And okay, now we also still holding JCY, Mytrox, and TANN, right? This particular stock. So during our live trading, I will provide the latest strategy based on the market funds flow to all of you. Okay? Alright, now we move on to our last topic, which is the trend focused investing. Prioritizing capital and momentum trading part 3. Okay, before we going to the new one. Now, in our previous 2 classes, I explained that increasing volume with stable price and increasing volume with rising price are bullish signal and buying signal. Now, if volume stables and price rises, or if volume decrease and price rise, meaning that suggesting you to hold down your position. However, if volume decrease and price stay the same, you should be staying alert with a warning, and you should have an eye on it. How this is trend when the price is going down. And secondly, at the bottom of the downtrend, then only the increased volume with falling price. And this is flat line. Alright? So as shown at this chart also, you can see at this chart, volume has increased compared to the previous day, right? Volume has increased, but the price has overall declined significantly. So in this scenario, we always recommend you to stay at the sideline. There might be a potential bottom price, or even might have a continuous to fall. It's a very unsure situation. So this type of signal is actually no meaning and not very meaningful, and it's considered very unclear. So what you do, you should best reduce your involvement in such situations. Okay, now everyone should have an understanding that volume play a big role in our investment. Now, please give me some response if you understand, or even you have any question regarding volume. If you are unclear about, you can also ask me at the comment area, alright? So give me some response. We come to the summary of what we have learned. Alright, let's go through this together. First of all, volume components. Volume includes trade size, trade value, turnover rate. So when we discuss volume, we generally refers to trade values and focus on the height of the price of the bit of the rise, right? Now we mainly focus on trade value. Alright, now volume and price increase. This means that volume is the original driving force behind the rising of the stock's price. As we always discuss, every stock rises must come with a volume, then it is healthy, right? If a price increase doesn't come with an increased volume, often refers to an volume expansion, and it has a little effect. Effective price increase require significant volume growth. Okay, now the third thing, which is volume as the driver. So volume is the driving force for behind in price increase because it reflects changes in market sentiment. That is very true, right? Thus, volume indicates a stronger sentiment, while shrinking volume signals ongoing low sentiment. Okay, now about volume trends. Volume could increase during uptrends and decrease during a downtrend. This is a typical characteristic of volume. Although extreme short-term situations can sometimes show the opposite. So must be careful, alright? Now, rapid volume expansion. A rapid increase in volume can quickly boost market sentiment, which can lead to a sharp price increase. But however, if the price has already risen significantly, for example, more than 3 times from the bottom, which means that it is easily to reach a peak. So caution is needed, and stocks that rise quickly often fall just as fast. What does this mean? How fast it goes up, how fast it will go down. Understand? Okay, now, using volume to capture institution was one. This is only important because you want to capture institution movement, right? You want to capture institution movement. Okay, now institution trading characteristic, which is like institution with larger funds, which means that operates with a strong planning. They have a very strong planning and a long-term strategy, which sometimes extending over the years. They plan ahead of earlier. So, when the trading strategy of a stock is often different and their movement is typically do not follow market fluctuation blindly. This is why institutions have a fixed trading methods and characteristics, right? Understand?
壳子啊
Okay, now
壳
the
子关
second thing is
过来啊
volume patterns. When you use volume patterns, changes in volume in different stages can reveal many trading traces and flaws. So experienced investors can use this information to detect the institution movement, which is providing clues and profit opportunities for trading alongside institution. Understand? Now, thirdly, which is volume trends during trading. So volume trends during trading, which means that when institutions are accumulating positions, their actions are often hidden, meaning that because they doesn't want you to follow them, so they will do their action in a hidden way, and the patterns of volume change may not actually be so obvious. However, the main pattern is significant volume increase during a price rise, and a sharp volume decrease during a price drop. So have a noticeable volume expansion at the bottom of the trend. Okay?
顶过来啊去哪里啊这个有大炮啊
With the 8 key points of the
Yeah, that's how I
volume
know.
explained, it's also important to review and practice this concept. Now, following along institution buying and selling can lead to a successful traders. Right now, of you, why? Now, all of you, do you understand why I want to explain to all of you the importance of the volume? If yes, then you give me some response, okay? Well, I said, probably ask if this is a recorded broadcast. No, it's actually a live broadcast. It's just that some of the content that we are already covered during the day, right? So maybe some of you are
所到之地
taking
寸
as
草不
a
生
recorded
走不
broadcast.
去
It's definitely a live broadcast right here.
够吗
Okay, by saying this, now I'm announcing the correct answer that I assigned all of you on our last broadcast, which is our Thursday night class, right?
哇
The first question is multiple choice question, which is what are the difference between the AI trading and ordinary trading? So for this answer, the correct answer is A, B, C, and D, which is all of the above. Alright, now the trading method of this AI is based on a large models of automated trading. So, right, now in terms of trading efficiency also, and AI also operates around the clock and execute buy and sell order in a timely manner. And its risk management and trading strategy also is different from those traditional trading, as we have discussed about this on our previous class, right?
对
So congratulations and well done to all those scholars who have completed this and answered it correctly. Now, for the second question, in the W bottom pattern, what is the strongest bullish reversal signal? So, the correct answer, which is D. NW bottom, because now NW bottom is generally appears at the end of the downtrend and is an important bullish reversal pattern. So after stocks has fallen continuously and stabilize at a certain level, which is the buying power pushes the stock up. IMF, after the result reached a certain height, seller pressure and from funds that stock causes the stock to fall back to the previous near lows, but unable to set the new lows, which is here. Then after that, it turns around and rise back, which is breaking through the previous rebound high and forming the W bottom. So that's why a successful breakout above the resistance level, the neckline, this is the correct answer, and I have already emphasized this as well. Okay, right now, full quiz question. Also for today, there's a full quiz question. The first one, which is what are the applications of AI in stocks? Now, for the answer can be more than one option. Alright? Now, after you complete this, please send your answer to our assistant. But don't send it here in our comment area, alright? Don't send your answer here because everyone will be copying each other if you send your answer here. So I don't want that to happen. Follower who answer it correctly will earn a point credit as well, which we can redeem for our various prizes. Okay, more importantly, it helps this helps to improve our investment skill. Okay, now in an uptrend, it's a big question here, uptrend, there is no resistance zone of a Fibonacci retracement line. Okay, give me an answer of this as well and send it to our assistant. Okay, just now as I mentioned before our class end, I will recommend all of you stock that I think that is a very positive bullish currently. Now, and this particular stock short-term target is over 5%. So you can add this to your watch list 8869. This is the first B method. Alright? And this stock was mentioned earlier. And if you remember, as you can see here, there is a big red line candlestick shoot down on Thursday, and this is giving us a buying opportunity. So we can buy these stocks in stages, alright? Now, which means that during the rise of aluminum prices and the expected strong growth through the second quarter of 2024, the aluminum sector is likely to continue its positive trend. Why? Because this is driven to reduce supply surplus and increase demand. So press market metals rating has been upgrading to from neutral to buy. So press metal is a favorable position within rising demand and a global shortage of aluminum resources. And the expected double-digit annual profit growth is supported by higher aluminum price and premiums. So the aluminum market's outlook remains positive, supported by demand from industries like electric vehicles and solar energy. So as well as global trade recovery and increased awareness of environment impacts. Now, with the potential growth potential of this particular stock and the strong strategic position in aluminum markets, precious metal stocks price is expected to reach new highs. So stay tuned for tomorrow. Okay? Okay, now that's all for today's session. I hope that everyone has gained something valuable for this 1 hour of learning. So starting tomorrow, which is starting tomorrow Monday, I will
真的不会空
increase
血。
AI training opportunities and incorporate super trends and other supplementary strategies to help us to achieve
差点没分出去。
our 22% return goals in 10 trading days. Alright, now once we reach the 22% target, we'll move on to our next phase of 410% profit plan with a fresh perspective. Okay, now Dimensional will continue to leverage its strong technology development capabilities and keen market insight and extensive information processing experience to analyze investment opportunities that driven by fundamentals for our scholars. So everyone, let's keep up the good flow together. Okay, right now it's about 9:09. So our next section of our live will be on Monday, which is tomorrow at 8
打
p.m.
不打就打谁呀？因为炮弹刚刚飞呀。
In that lesson, okay, in our Monday upcoming lesson, remember to attend and I will explain the changes in foreign capital in Malaysia stocks market and the current hotspot and the application of momentum and Fibonacci retracement line in predicting stocks trade. Okay, as Steve Jobs said, I remember as Steve Jobs said, you can't connect the dots looking forward, but you can only connect them by looking backwards. Alright, everyone, think about it. Okay, learning is a continuous journey of personal growth and self-improvement. So breaking through the bottleneck of self-improvement and achieving success require our continuous preference. Right, so enjoy your night, and if there is anything that you don't understand, feel free to ask me after class, and I will also send some important information about tonight's section to everyone. Okay, that's it for today's class. Bye.
Go give love to your body. It's only you that can stop it. Go give love to your body. Go give love to your body. But you'll never be alone. I'll be with you from dusk till dawn. I'll be with you.